Joining us is Trump Economic Advisor and UC Irvine business professor Peter Navarro. Thanks for being here this morning. Peter, your candidate says he will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created. He said jobs, jobs, jobs. What do you make of his plan?
It's a great plan. Comprehensive energy, regulatory tax, trade plan that's going to create millions of jobs. What we need to do is double our growth rate back up to the historic 3.5% and 4% that we used to hit. And the biggest drain right now, Sandra, on our jobs base really is all of the bad trade deals that Hillary Clinton signed off on. Let me just run them down for you. The job destroyer, Hillary. 1993, NAFTA, they promised us 200,000 new jobs. We wind up losing 850,000 jobs. The Clintons get us China into the World Trade Organization in 2001. We've lost over 5 million manufacturing jobs because of that, 70,000 factories shut. And my favorite deal, Sandra, that Hillary Clinton cut in terms of disaster is the South Korean one in 2012. 70,000 jobs Hillary promised. We've lost 75,000. And the biggest hit was the auto industry in Michigan. So job creator in Donald Trump, no question. Hillary Clinton's got a proven record in destroying jobs.
Yeah, and he's clearly got a case against her, Professor. And former UK independence leader Nigel Farage, he appeared with Donald Trump at a rally in Mississippi last night. Farage took the chance to go after Hillary Clinton like this.
If I was an American citizen, I wouldn't vote for Hillary Clinton if you paid me. In fact, I wouldn't vote for Hillary Clinton if she paid me. If you want change in this country, you better get your walking boots on. You better get out there campaigning. And remember, anything is possible if enough decent people are prepared to stand up against the establishment.
Professor, that was a very energetic, persuasive message. Do you think that resonated with voters?
Well, everybody loves a British accent, but I'll tell you what, you know, what's interesting to me is, you know, with this whole Clinton Foundation thing, everybody's been focusing on kind of the favors dispenser at the State Department with things like visas and meetings, running it like a private country club if you want a meeting. But for me as an economist, the bigger deal with the Clinton corruption machine has been the trade deals. If you look at the string of Chinese money, for example, going back to 1996 and Chinagate, you can see a direct line between these bad trade deals where we surrender our manufacturing base and all of this influence peddling. And there's all sorts of people involved, like Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, Clinton Foundation member. He raked in millions and millions of dollars from Chinese interests. And the next thing we know, he's telling everybody that Hillary's going to support the Trans-Pacific Partnership when she gets elected. So it's a web of corruption and lies, and as an economist, good trade deals from Donald Trump's the answer.
All right, Professor, we have to get to this as well. Hillary Clinton on a fundraising bonanza this week, appearing at an event hosted by Apple CEO Tim Cook last night.
Tim.
And this after attending another event hosted by Justin Timberlake, as you see there in those images, with his wife, Jessica Biel, in L.A. on Tuesday. Is this helping her get a leg up on Trump? Because on the flip side, the optics of her appearing out at that fundraiser in L.A. while she still hasn't even visited the flood victims in Louisiana, it's been tough. But meanwhile, she's out there raising money.
Well, I thought Justin Timberlake was going to do a press conference with her, but I think we were all disappointed about that. But you know, Tim Cook's kind of interesting, the head of Apple. I mean, this is a company that has made $1 billion offshoring our production to China. You know, I kind of wonder what Tim Cook is thinking when he's supporting her. It's like making sure that everything that company makes is made outside these borders. So there's a reason why these big executives give her money, and it has a lot to do with the offshoring of our production to places like China, to places like Mexico, Peter, and we're all about keeping those jobs here.
But Peter, as a representative or of a presidential candidate Donald Trump. I'd be careful about bashing business leaders and bashing, and Apple's still a major job creator in this country, and quite frankly, people love their iPhones. I don't know how far that goes.
Yeah, I think it goes a long way when you think about like General Motors and Ford. It's not really about bashing these corporations. It's about, Donald Trump is all about realigning incentives. Let me give you a very specific example. He wants to cut the corporate tax rate, which is the highest in the world, from 30% to down to 15%. Why does he want to do that? He doesn't want to enrich these corporations. He wants to encourage GM and Ford to stay in Michigan with their billions of dollars in new investment rather than go to Mexico like they've done over the last couple of years. Now, that's not bashing these corporations. That's giving them the proper incentives. Cracking down on unfair trade practices in China, the currency manipulation, that's changing the incentives of corporations to stay here instead of going there. So that's what it's all about. And come on, the people out in America know that these multinational corporations have been saluting the flag of profits, not America.
Yeah,
and
but
that's an election issue.
They actually feel better about corporations than they do politicians, just so you know. There was a recent survey about that they feel more fondly for corporations.
With faint praise. Yeah, and you know, I mean, Hillary, the way she's going with all her corruption money is going to get politicians below lawyers in terms of the trust factor. But you know, there it is.
All right, quick thing, Sandra. No press allowed at any of these Hillary Clinton fundraisers. Now, Donald Trump doesn't allow the press at his either, but Hillary Clinton hasn't had a press conference more than certainly this year.
250 days, I think.
Yeah,
more than 250.
But all these celebrities rubbing elbows with each other, no press. No press on site.
All right, Professor Peter Navarro, thanks for joining us this morning. Good to have you.
Hey, thanks so much.